Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Coding My Way In. And as you can see, I'm finally learning Next.js. So this week I finally started learning how to get involved into this world of Next.js. And I was thinking at first to just follow the documentation and do it from here, but I was like, you know what, I'd rather follow along a project and really learn that way because that's the best way to learn. Even though following the documentation also helps, but I came across a tutorial which is building a full stack application using React and MongoDB, which is ironic because, like I said the last time, I want to learn for my next two technologies. I want to learn Next.js and I want to learn MongoDB. So I'm currently taking this course and it's been so great. It's been great so far. I actually enjoyed it. This is my first time taking a tutorial from JavaScript Mastery, but I actually like the pacing so far, and I learned quite a bit as of now. I started learning on Monday, and I actually been taking my time with it because I really want to make sure I understand. And the project that we are building is called Promptopia. And basically, eventually, what's going to happen is you're able to log into this application, and you're going to be able to sign in and create an account, which is going to be saved in MongoDB, and you are going to be able to basically give your own prompts, like something like this, like ChatGPT. You're going to be able to put your prompts and get things done that way, and you're going to be able to sign in to save your post, and I think you can also save them. So it's going to be a very interesting project once it's completed. And I haven't completed it yet. I'm still halfway, but I've learned so much so far. Something that I'm actually very happy of is that it's like people tell me Next.js is just built on top of React. So it's not necessarily that I'm learning new things. So basically, if you saw my previous videos when I was building my first project, I was following protocol when it comes to file structure, so this has been easy to understand. The only thing that took me a little bit to understand was how page and layout works, and then eventually I understand that layout is just the component that you create when you want to use something in your entire application. So maybe it's a nav bar or a footer or something in particular. So the layout is where you put everything that you want to be universally used in your application. So that I was able to understand eventually, and also how the page works. So because I was a little bit confused on how this and this connected, but then eventually I understood that page and layout are literally, that's the name of these files that Next.js recognizes as such, and that's how the page becomes the children based on the file on the folder structure. And I also learned how I was used to doing my routing through React Router, but React is more of a router base, but Next.js is more of a file based routing. So that's the file system that they follow. So any routing that you're trying to do is done within a file. So I only saw an example when he was doing the crash tutorial, because he did the first I think, let me see, the first 45 minutes was more of a crash course, which was very good to really get you into it, and then the next portion is him building a project. So I've learned a lot of new things. I like something that he did was, I think I might do this eventually. So basically he actually did all the styling ahead of time for everything. So not necessarily, we're not going to have like a crazy long names for the class name. So everything is here already set up. So when you add it here into your class name, it automatically applies into your application. So I found that very interesting. Now I'm also learning about Google Cloud. This has been very fun, and I'm trying to make sure I understand it properly. But so far I'm able to create a new project, and then I learned how to get the credentials and how to get the secret and the keys, and I learned how to do it like very minimal stuff. So I still not like nothing crazy, but like the very basic of creating like a project. I'm able to set it up now. And then I'm also getting familiar with NextAuth. It's a little bit complicated to understand, but once you get the ball rolling, it becomes very nice to understand. And the other thing that I'm learning, so basically with MongoDB, now I've learned so far is about clusters, how to access the database, and how you get your password, how to get network access. Like you want to do it for not only locally, but you also want to give your database access from whenever you are in the world. So I learned that. I also learned like the process to connect the database through the application. So it has like this nice setup, and then here's the password that you eventually get through another section that I'm not going to show you because I don't want to show my password. But so far it's good. And so the only thing is that I learned that there's the MongoDB Atlas, which is this, and then there's MongoDB, and it's the same thing basically. The only difference is the Atlas is the web version compared to MongoDB, which is the one that you download. So even though I'm having fun enjoying how NextAuth connects and how connect the database, which is, as you can see here, there's still I feel like a void that I still need to really understand what makes MongoDB code and not confuse it too much with JavaScript code, which is what I'm having the issue right now of separating the two. So once I'm done with this tutorial, I'm still going to go ahead and I already have another tutorial that is actually just focused on MongoDB, which is this one. So learn MongoDB within an hour. So I'm going to take this one after I'm done with this course, because I really want to make sure I understand the core concepts of MongoDB. And even though the web version does have it, I still want to make sure I have the browser and locally, like the same way that I have PSQL, which helped me to understand SQL even better. So once I'm done with this project, I'm enjoying this so far, but I'm still having issues really identifying what is the JavaScript code versus what is actually the commands and the scripts, if that's what they use when it comes to MongoDB. But nevertheless, I almost messed that up. So yeah, I'm actually having fun so far, and actually learning about models and model, and how I didn't even know that they used the word schema. So when I saw the word schema, I was like, wait, I thought that was only for Postgres, but now they actually use the term as well, but in a different sense. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is, funny enough, I had an issue this week. I had my first commit situation, so I had a whole mess for the first time. With a git commit, I was having issues merging my code, and it's because by accident I thought this get ignore that .env local, I thought it was enough for it to avoid pushing the .env file into my GitHub repository, but I was totally wrong. So by accident, I actually pushed my .env file because I thought this did the job, but I guess it didn't. And then it became a whole mess, because when I put my secret and my keys into my .env file, I did not know that GitHub actually blocks that. So it won't let you push it because they understand the risks of showing your secret keys, your API keys. So I didn't even know GitHub did that. So that was amazing. And I kept getting that error, and I was so confused. And then eventually, when I checked, I noticed that I had pushed by accident my .env file. And then the problem was that I deleted it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to delete it, and then I'm going to redo it here, and then I'm going to push it. And that was also a mistake, and it created a whole mess. And as you can see, my repository, the history, it became like a whole mess. but eventually I was able to figure it out, and eventually I was able to move forward, and I was able to add the new code. And actually today I broke my rule. I don't study Saturdays and Sundays, but I was really interested on the topic, and I really like how this guy teaches, the JavaScript mastery guy. So I'm actually enjoying the material. So today I was like, you know what, I'm going to study from 6:30 a.m. to just 11 a.m. I'm not going to study in the afternoon. I lied to myself. It was like 1 p.m. and I was still coding. But the good thing is, I really enjoy what I'm learning in the material, and it's been fun so far. The transition hasn't been as difficult as I thought it would be, because again, Next.js is built on top of React, so I just still need to get familiar with the routing system. So once the project gets going, because right now what we were doing was setting up the responsiveness and making sure everything was set, and the last thing that I just did was connect to the Google Auth, so Google authentication using Next.js. So far that's all we have. But nevertheless, I'm really enjoying the content, and I'm actually having fun. Now, before I finish the video, I want to let you guys know in advance that, so for next week, I'm not gonna do coding my way in. I'm actually gonna post the video that I told you guys about that I made regarding my journey of the past 6 months of learning to code. So I'm gonna be uploading that for next Saturday, and for the following one there won't be a video because I'm actually going on vacation. So I'm gonna be on vacation that following week completely. So next week you guys will get the video of me explaining my road of learning to code in 6 months, and then on the 31st there won't be a video. So the next coding my way in most likely is gonna be the 7th. So you guys don't see a video on the 31st, that's the reason for it. So yeah, basically that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.